Okay. So last session, what we learned, last session we discussed about all the array type, how to handle complex data. We will see now. What we discussed in the previous session is how to deal interaction with the API. We learned how to fetch from JSON, right? How to present it. Now we will see some complex examples and working with complex data. So last session we discussed about simple fetching. Means we created some data and we are fetching the data. That is ordinary array. Now we need to see some complex. So we'll see here one example. Yeah. So last session we discussed one option. This is fetching the data from API and displaying the data. Only one product related information we are doing. So this example we tried. You also practiced it, able to get it, right? So if you are successful in this, then the same thing you have to follow for other APIs also. Today we will see how to maintain some complex data. That means this is object type. We discussed about object type, and in object type we just learned about JSON data. We learned about JSON data. So technically how we have to manage. So how do we manage? Already we saw, but you should know that object contains not only data, it contains logic also. That means we will see object with function. How we can have an object with functions. We can have object only with data and function. So data is stored in properties and functionality is defined in functions. Data is stored in properties and functionality is defined in functions. So technically, this is the basic point we learned, but till now we used only data. We will see how functions are written, how functions are defined. So let's see how to create an object with functions. So object demo. Okay. Here we are defining a script. Now script contains where we have a product. Product is an object type and it contains name, some name, and we have price and some price, and we have quantity. So quantity, some number. Now we have here total. To a function which should return quantity into price. Then we have to define as a function. This function have to return, it should return quantity into price. Quantity into price, that means product quantity. How to access the members of object within object. Last session we discussed, we use this keyword. Outside object by using object name. Within object by using this. So this dot quantity into this dot price. asterisk is used for multiplication. We are handling quantity into price. Okay. This is one function. So now here I have another function, that is print. So this print is a function. This print function should print all details. It have to print all details. That means it should print name, price, quantity, total, everything. So document dot write, we will put name is equal to this dot name, and price is equal to this dot price, and next line total quantity is equal to this dot quantity, and the total is equal to this dot total. Total is a function, so you have to access like this. That means it will return the functionality. Now let's run this and see, and you can see here, this is print function. Now product contains all this data. Now we are accessing the product dot print method. Print method is used to print all the details. Now let's see, it is going to print all the details. So that means it is showing all the details. The name, price, quantity, total, all information is printed here. It is printing all these details. So that is generally how we can print and configure the details. Now, very important is printing the details. This is only for Samsung TV, but we can design this in such a type we can use for different products. We can use for different products. Then what you can do is here we can make this empty string. We can make the price 0, quantity 0. This makes it as a template now. It is a template. Template means it contains the keys, but values are empty. What is advantage? We can use this for different values. We can use for different values. That means what we are doing now. So here we want to access the values because all are currently empty. We can use them like this, simple. We will simply say product dot name is equal to, we can use prompt. In the prompt we can say enter name. Product dot price is equal to, we have to convert because whatever you enter with prompt, it will be treated as string. We have to use parse float. Parse float. Why parse float? So because it is decimal also. If it is only integer, parse int. So prompt, we have to say enter price. That means whatever you enter converted into float. Similarly, product dot quantity is equal to parse int. Prompt, and we will just say enter quantity. Next, so total it will automatically calculate and it will print it. Now save this and you see now here, when I refresh, it will ask enter name. I entered some Nike casuals. Enter price, some 4,003. Enter quantity 3, and it will display total like this. What is advantage? I can reuse this now. That means it can be reused for different products. So Later, we will see how we can maintain all these in one array. We can maintain array. I will show you that now. So this is name we are defining, and you can see the details are added into it. Details are added into it. Okay, let's copy this. Let's copy and paste. This is example. So here some important points you should know is object with functions, object with functions, and the data is considered as a pseudo class. I told you pseudo class. Why it is called pseudo class? Because class is a template. Class is a template with the sample data and logic, logic which you can implement, which you can implement, which you can implement with your requirements. That means whatever requirements you are having, with those requirements you can implement. This is called as template class. Why object is called as a class, pseudo class? It's not originally class. Later original classes you will learn in OOP concepts, JavaScript. But it looks like a class because it contains sample data and logic. We can access it and we can use. So this is the concept of how we can use object with both data and logic. What is difference between previous and now? Previously, object contains only data. Now, object contains both data and logic. It can be anyway. We can have only data or we can have both data and logic. But remember, if it is having data and logic, then it doesn't comes under JSON type. JSON type is only for data, not logic. If it is having some logic and functionality, it is not JSON. JSON is only for data. It cannot have any functionality. That means only properties and values. If functionality is defined, then it is class. We call it as a pseudo class, right? So this is very important to understand. So this is very regularly used. One more important is you should know about, so objects, actually array of objects, array of objects. That means actually data, data with multiple objects. So data with multiple objects. So data with multiple objects is referred as array of objects. That means it will be syntactically like this. It will be var products and is equal to array. In this array, every record is an object. Like this we can maintain. This is array of objects. This is array of objects. Remember, inside every object, again there can be so many details. Inside every object, there can be so many details. That means every object again can have array inside it. Lot of things will be there. Now, presenting this array of objects is challenging. Presenting this array of objects is challenging. Presenting array we learned. Now let's see how to present this array of objects. In various ways, how to present it. Let's go. First, we will create such data. We will create such data. Let's see. I will go to data. Here, I will create another file. In data folder, let's add a new file. Products.json. I'm adding a new file products.json. Okay. How to create array of objects? Array of object. Every object contains name. Suppose here I given as winter jacket, and we have price. So some price. Okay. And we have some photo, and we have to display dot dot slash public slash images slash. So here we have some jacket dot jpg, like this we are using. This is one object. That means it is at which index number? It is at index number 0. Okay. Second object, this is having name, and I defined some name, some speaker, some Sony speaker. Okay. Then we have some price, and the price is price. And we have photo, and photo is some public slash images slash speaker jpg, like this. Okay, like this you can put any number of records. Now how to present? This is important. Let's see how to present in the UI. Let's add a HTML page. Array of objects, array of objects dot html. Okay, let's create doc type html head title some array. Let's link bootstrap also. Relation is equal to style sheet href node modules bootstrap dist css. So bootstrap dot css, right? So here we have the options, and let's put the body section. So class container fluid, like this. Okay. Now here I want to present the data. Present the data. So because now every data contains lot of details. So that means every record have name, price, photo. Now let's see how to present it in a table. Suppose I want to present in a table. Let's see how to design a table now. So here we will create products table, and here we will add a table. So class table and table hover, and we will keep here t head table header, tr table row, and th. What are the details? Name, another price, another photo. These details are common. We are having these details. Now I want to generate t body. In that we need row for every record. This is ready. We have such information. Now when body loads, I want to get the data and display. Let's see. So on body load, on load is equal to body load, and here we will write a script, and we will use a function. What is it? Body load, body load. And here we need to fetch. So fetch data, we already learned fetch. Fetch from where? Dot dot slash data slash products dot json. And it uses a then uses a callback function. What this function will do? Response, that return response into JSON. After that, then function, what we have to do? Get the data. Now remember, this data is an array of objects. Array of objects. So we have to write for where item of data. We are reading every item, and every item is an product object. So every item contains three details. Now see the interesting here. First, we need to print three. We need to print these three details in three cells. In a table, if I have to print, we need to print in three cells. So cells you cannot directly add into table. First, we have to create a row where tr is equal to document dot create element tr, row created. How many cells we need? Three cells. One cell for name, another cell for price, another cell for photo. So three cells where td name, because three cells you can't have same name. Document dot create element, what is it? td. Next, td price, document dot create element td. This is also cell, another cell where td photo, document dot create element. This is also td. Okay, three cells ready. In td name, what to display? Td name dot inner html item dot name. Am I right? Item dot name. In td price, what to display? Inner html item dot price. But now in td photo we need to display image. In td photo we need to display image. There are two techniques. One technique, first create image, add that image into cell, or directly inside the cell you can create image. But the best way is to first create image. Okay, where img document dot create element, what is it? Img. Okay, img width how much? Width is equal to 100. So img height how much? That is also 100. Okay, good. Then what is img src? Is equal to image item dot photo. Am I right? So it will get the photo path and it will apply. Okay, now this image should be added into td photo. That means what we have to do? Td photo dot append child. Which one to add? Img. Image is added into cell. Now all cells ready. Now these three cells must be added into row. Tr dot append child, append child, append child. At a time you can add only one. That means first td name. After that again tr dot append child, append child. What is it? td price. Tr dot append child. What is it? td photo. Order is also important. Means first we have name, then price, then photo. Okay, where to add this row? This row must be added to table body. Document dot query selector. What is it? T body dot append child. Which one? tr. Now it is added and it is displayed. So you can see it is displayed. One second. Okay, so let's see now how we can define here. So let's see, all the table is ready. Now we created a table with rows and columns. That means we are accessing the data and displaying the data. This is presenting a table dynamically. That means we are creating a table dynamically. So for that, we have to use this technique. And here important is your data type. What type of data you are having. So the data we are having is this. Suppose now I added one more record, it will update automatically. So we will add one more here. What is it? Name. What is the name? So here I define some Nike casuals and we have another price and the price is price. And here we have photo and the photo is dot dot slash public slash images slash some shoe dot jpg and save. Whenever you make changes in the data, it is updated here. That means it is added into that location. So dynamically, this is the first work that we have to do in real-time projects as a UI developer. That means what will be our job as full stack UI developers in regular companies? They have data and they have all the content. They will just give you the URL from where data is coming. You have to consume it and present. In practical tests also, they will give same. Suppose you qualified the written test, they have to conduct a practical test. They will give you some screen designs and they will say that design these screens. Now you ask, in this screen lot of data is there, from where to get this data? He will say this is our API where data is present. You use that API and design like this. So this is the regular job for us in any technology. Currently we are using JavaScript. To make more better, we can use jQuery. To make more better, we can use Angular and React. There also work is same. Every technology you will have to learn how to consume API and present. Currently we are using a JSON file, but in later stage that will come from database. We will maintain data in a database. From database, we will write server side logic to communicate. That will send us the data. So here the first point about UI developer is whenever data is coming, first you have to try to understand the data. Is it an array? Is it an object? Is it array of objects? If you cannot understand data, you cannot present. You can present in any way you want. Suppose if I want to present this like a card, Bootstrap have cards. Na? I want to present this like a card. Let's see. Now I will for you and see here I have to copy two things as example. One is add a new file. What is the file? Products.json. And that file contains all this logic. I will copy it. This is logic. Second, add a new HTML file. So that is some form.html. In that we can keep this logic. This is the presentation. So here we are presenting in a table form. Let's see another example. So present using card style. Let's see how. So we will make changes to this. now table, and here also I will remove all this logic so that I will write from the beginning again. Okay, yeah, this is completely empty. I will say products catalog. Okay, how to design cards side by side? First we need a div. In that we will put class as flex, d flex, and so justify content center, justify content between, justify content center, between is enough, huh? Yeah, that is enough. Deflex, justify content between, these are enough. Now here we will use cards. Inside this we need to display cards. Okay, for this I will give an id catalog. Into that catalog we need to add cards. That means now on body load we will write fetch same dot slash data slash products dot json. Okay, dot, then here we have to use a callback function, and here we have to use response, and return response dot json. After that dot, then we'll use function data, and we need to access the data. That means now we need to represent the data. Now technically how we can manage, how we can handle this, let's see. Now very important, that is again array. We have to use a for where item of data. Okay, good. Now how to create a card? We have to create a card now. How to create a table cell td? Card is a html element, huh? Card is not a html element. Then how you will create? Generally card means which html element we use to design card? Which html element we use to design card? Which html element we use to design card? Div. That means we have to create a div. What is it? Where div is equal to document dot create element, we have to create a div. But how this div will become card? How this div will become card? For this div we have to use class name. Class name is what? Card. Understood? Now for that margin to, padding to, all these your wish. If you want you can apply these classes. Okay, fine. Now the next point is, now in this card we have sections: card header, card body, card footer. Now all those are designed as divs only. That means now inside the card, that means div dot inner html, div dot inner inside the card. Now you don't need to create elements. Now you just put a backtick. Now in the backtick you design your layout. Designing layout means I want an image, img, img, src, src dollar. src will come from item dot photo. Image have height. Image height is suppose 200. Suppose image height is some 150. After that image have a class called card image top. Okay, that is next. After that we need to configure a div. Configure a div. In this div we have to put a class. What is it? Card header. In that I will put a heading. In this heading, we will put an expression item dot name, heading close. Similarly, below that, we will put another div. And of course, suppose here itself, I will put P. And here I will put as class. Here I will put a dollar item dot price. Next, here class. What is it? Card footer. In the card footer, we will put a paragraph. In this, not paragraph, I will give a button just roughly and close the button. And in the button, I am using some add to cart like this. And I am using class. So we can use the class BTN danger and W100. Okay. Now this is finished. Now this must be added into catalog. This must be added into catalog. So what we have to do now? Document dot get element by ID. What is it? Catalog is the flex container. Into that dot append child. Which one? Div. That's it. Now every div can have separate width. That means you can keep like this. So div dot style dot width is equal to some 200 pixels. Width for every div. Then you can see it will display like this. With your wish. So 300 pixel, it will display like this. That means we are arranging all the contents in this way. We can add anything. Presenting information in this way is the challenging one. That is why you must be very strong in HTML. Because many people, already I told you so many times again and again, many people excited in learning advanced JavaScript, jQuery, but you can't handle them without 100% perfect knowledge of HTML. Because if you don't know proper HTML and Bootstrap, how do you know which element to create, which class to apply? Presentation depends, because logic is one logic only every time. But how you present is challenging. You are tested in presentation only. That means in many interviews, they say, create a div, create a side-by-side containers with data, create card style, create card catalog, create table catalog. They may ask some manipulations also inside it. Manipulations also we will see how to handle them. But this is one small concept. And for example, if anybody asked how to display latest product first, how to display latest product first. If one more product is added, that must be first. What do you say? We have to use unshift, and all these are adding. I am not asking adding. Last item should be first. You remembered in flex, we learned flex row reverse. Flex row reverse, flex column reverse, not array reverse. Array reverse, how it will work? Array reverse, last one will be first. But sort, if I apply sort, that means here we are talking about only display, na? Right? If you remembered, here when you are displaying, here we are displaying flex. You know, we have an option flex row reverse. If I use flex row reverse, it will come like this. You don't need to depend on array reverse because they are asking about presentation. They are not asking about the data, right? That means many times these kind of questions will come. They say that no, not with JavaScript reverse. I want just presentation reverse, right? I know that JavaScript have array reverse, right? But before reverse itself, it should display like this UI. Then you can use this kind of techniques. You already used in CSS. We know about how to deal with CSS and we can handle with CSS, right? That is basically how we can handle. This is one example, presenting using card style. Okay, I will copy this. I will copy and paste it. Okay. Now let's take some real-time data. Let's take some real-time data and present real-time data. Observe here, last session when we learned we have, so another example, real world world API. Real world API. Real world API, we have real world API, we are having, so this fake store, we have http:// fake store api.com/products. This returns 20 products with lot of details. Let's check. So we will access it, fake store API/products. You see so many products. You see so many products. And observe carefully, in every, this is array of object, and you can see that this is the object start here and almost that object is ending here. This is one object, it is starting here and that object is ending here. This is one object. Every object have lot of details. See, every object have ID, title, price, category, rating, and see rating is again object. Rating is again object which contains rate and count. It have image. Now, as a developer, first we need to understand what data is coming. Because many times in real-time projects, people ask like, sir, how to use JavaScript with .NET, with Java, with PHP. There is nothing like with. In .NET, Java, PHP, they will teach you how to create such APIs. They will teach you how to create database, how to maintain data. Up to this, they will teach you. Now, what .NET, Java, PHP, Python developers have to do? They have to generate these URLs. Those URLs will return various data. Now, this is given to any front end. Any front end. That means JavaScript, jQuery, Angular, React. These people will use these URLs, consume the data and present. For that, they use different libraries depending on requirements. JavaScript, currently we are using fetch. jQuery uses Ajax methods. Angular, React uses different methods. So this is basic. Now we will try to present this in a card style. We will try to present this in a card style. Let's see. So we will go here. Not this JSON file. We will use fake store.html. Fake store API.html. Okay. Let's put here doc type HTML head title and a fake store, and let's put a link relation is equal to style sheet. Href is node modules. I will put bootstrap icons also. Okay, and link relation is equal to style sheet. Href is equal to node modules bootstrap. Bootstrap in that dist css. So bootstrap dot. Now we will put the body section here, and class here container fluid. Okay, that is ready. Now here we need to present. So let's put a heading. So products catalog. Okay, where to present in a div class, I will just give as display flex, dflex, and flex wrap. Okay, because many comes, 20 items will come now, so we will use flex wrap. That's it. And we will put an id catalog. Okay, catalog. Okay, now inside this we need to load everything. Your wish, on button click or so body load. On load, what is it? Body load. Now here we are defining script. So function body load. Now here we will write the logic. As I told times, whenever we are writing JavaScript and all, remember one principle we have to follow every time, called DRY. DRY means don't repeat yourself. And remember, this is not general term, official project term. In official software projects, they mention this word in every project documentation. For developers, it is an official word. That means don't write code again and again. That means one small set of code should never see that written again. You should only reuse the code. You should not rewrite the code. So for that reason, suppose on body load, I am loading the products. Later, one item is added. Again, I have to load. One item removed. Again, I have to load. Every time to refresh, we have to load. If load have to be done so many times, don't write directly. What you do, we have to first write a function. We will say load products. In this function, we will write all the logic, and this load products will load when body loads. That is the right way, right? So later you will understand the reusability how works. Okay, load products, what it should do, fetch. This time http:// fakestore.api.com/ what is it, products. Okay, dot then a function response, what we have to do, return response dot json dot then what we have to do, the function, we have to get the data. Okay, this data need to be presented in a card style. Already we know, just now we saw that. So first, so we have to use for var item of data. Okay, for every item we need to create a div, document dot create element, what is it, div. Okay, div dot class name must be, so card, it will be margin 2. Okay, padding 2. Okay, then we have a div, so class style dot width okay, width is some 200 pixel, fine. Next we have div dot inner html. In this, now we use backtick. Here we need to display that data. How? Image src is equal to, it should come from item dot, they have image property, their data, right? In their data, what they are having, you have to see in their data image. This is the image property. Capitalization, everything matters, right? You have to correctly use that, right? Image. Okay. Image. Then height, I will give as 150. Okay. Height as 150 and class as card image top. Okay. This is image. After that div. Okay. And here we have to write class card header. Card header, I will put a paragraph. I will put item dot title. Title is very lengthy title. Every product they have a lengthy name. Okay. So, and that's the reason I will keep style height as some 180 pixels like this. Card height. Okay. Next we have div. We close the div and here we have a class card body. In the card body, I will put here a data list. Okay. This is very lengthy data term. Okay. Here we will display price, data definition, and see the price, how to display expression, item dot price, small letters. That's also. Okay. What about next data term? We have rating. Rating, but see the interesting here. You see, they have rating. They have rating. Where is it? Rating is an object again. It have two properties, rate and count. So I am giving here data term, okay, and the data definition. In the data definition, here I will put again span. In that span class BI star fill. I will give text success, close the span, and here we will put. So see, interestingly, item dot rating dot rate, because rating is an object, in that they have a property called rate. That's how we display. And how many people rated it, in that I will give again. So item dot rating dot count means how many people given that rating. That is count. Now that is ready. Okay. Now card body is ready. Now card footer. So div and close the div. Yeah. And here I am adding so class as what? Card footer. And card footer, here we are defining button. Okay. And here in the button also I will put another span. So span, and this will be class. So BI and BI cart 4. Okay. And we will put add to cart. And here I am adding class. What is it? BTN and BTN danger and W100. Okay. Now this must be added. This must be added into the catalog. Okay. This entire data is ready. Now this must be added into catalog. Document dot get element by ID. What is it? Catalog dot append child. Which one to add? Div. That's how we need define. Now you can see When I run this fake store API, it should get all the products related data and display. It is taking, we will check somewhere problem came. Let's go to console and see where the problem came. We haven't loaded it. Huh? That means we return in a separate function. What is it? Load products. When to load products? Body load. Body load, we have to access load products. That's enough. Okay. Now, once we done that, now we have to access it and you see all the data ready. That means all the products information is ready. That means it is displaying all the products and showing all the products here. The tabular form or in a catalog form we are displaying. Now here very important is this is okay. This is displaying all the products information. I will do one thing now. I will keep here a header. So I will put class as BG danger and text white and text center. Okay. And heading fake store API. Okay. Now padding also too. So this is the header we have fake store API. Now this I will remove. I will put a div and here we have a class called row. In this div we have a class called call 3 and here we have a div. In that we have class as call 9 and in this 9 column I will put all this flexible. I can keep this style height as 500 pixel and you can put overflow auto. Now left side here what I am doing is I am keeping a div and a label. I will say select category and here we will keep a div, we will put a select class as form select. Form select. We are using form select. Now you can see it comes like this now. Now these are all the products. These are all the products. And here we are having this. Here I want to show all categories of these products. All categories of these products. So we have to do one more loading now, right? What is it? We will write another function. We'll write another function. What is it? Load categories. It should load all categories into drop down, right? Then again, fetch categories will come. So http:// fakestoreapi.com/ they have products/categories. It will return all the categories. Then we'll use a callback function. What it should do? Response. Here we have to return response.json. Next then we use a callback function. What we have to do? Data, and this data need to be presented for of data. It should be added into drop down, you know. So where option is equal to document dot create element. What is it? Option. Okay. Now option have option dot text is equal to item. That's it. It is simple array. Option dot value is equal to item. Okay. Then document dot query selector. What is it? Select dot append child, which should be added option must be added. Now it is added. Now we have to load categories also. That means I will use load categories. Now you can see now it is loading all the categories here. Now while loading the categories, I can try like this now. Into this data, every item dot to uppercase. To uppercase. So that means here all are converted into uppercase. But the first item, I want all. There is no all inside it. Before iterating into the data, we will unshift. Unshift all. Unshift all means it will display all. We have like this. Now we have to implement this functionality. When I select electronics, only electronic products must come here. When I select jewelry, only jewelry should come. This is important. Now the point is how we can write the logic for it. That means how we can define the logic for accessing this. Here a lot of work is there. For that, first we need to understand these people, fake store people, have any query like that. That means, do they have any query which gets all the products that belong to category? If they have any such query, we can use. Even if they don't have, no problem. We have filter method. Na? By using array filter method, we can filter and display. How we can filter? See, their data contains a property called category. You see, category is present for every product. For every product, category is there. For every product, category is there, and category is men's clothing. So another product, we have men's clothing. That means all men's clothing, one category name. Women's clothing, another category. Jewelry, another category. So they have such API. Observe carefully, products slash category, category slash, I said electronics or say jewelry. Only jewelry products will come. These are only jewelry products. They have such query. If they have such query, it's very easy. If they don't have such queries, no problem. We can use filter because already we know how to fetch all data. Then we can implement that. Now we have to design an example here. The example is user will select category, that category products will come. After selecting product, he will click add to cart. That must be added to my cart. That should be added to my cart. So right side, what I will do is here, this is column 2, this is column 8. So, and right side, another div, I will put here class as column 2. And here we will put a button, your cart items. Your cart items, I will put here class BTN and BTN danger something W100. You see, it will display your cart items, how many, like this, and it should display here right side like that. We will shift this little bit down. That means this row, we will keep margin top 2 or 3. It will be little down. Then it will be fine. Now what should happen? User can select a category. Category products will come. User click add to cart. That item must be added to cart. And it should show there. One item in cart, 2 items in cart. And when user clicks that, it should show how many items are in cart. It should display. This entire example we have to implement. That we'll see tomorrow. This is the work you have to try now. This is not easy. You may be listening this in a easy way, right? But this is very difficult thing. So it's very difficult, but it is not complicated, easy to understand. Only the point, first you need to understand the data and present, practice, right? That is the reason I am not taking much time, because here I need to slow down a little bit. Every day, 2 topics, 3 topics, that it. If you are perfect in this, then we will catch speed in the next level. Then we can do more work. If I speed up here, you will be confused, because this is the base for your future designs. Any technology, this is the base. How to consume, how to present. If you fail here, you can't catch anywhere future. Even you will fail in understanding Angular, React. Angular, React, new batches, if anyone starting, you can attend them, because this is enough. You can start learning them. Simultaneously, you can attend them, right? If any new batch is coming, you can attend them, no problem. Because by the time you finish JavaScript, you will finish that also. Then you will have good knowledge on both of them, understanding, right? But this is enough. If you think you can handle, you attend. Otherwise, just stick to JavaScript, let it finish, then you can join later. Okay. Then tomorrow we will implement this complete end-to-end example, shopping cart like example. One more time we will design from the beginning. Then you will get complete clarity on it. Okay. Tomorrow I will upload this. You practice first. Then tomorrow we will put the functionality to it. Okay.